Welcome back into Sports Radio, WNML.com for NFL in a Flash. Joel Silverberg, Eric Kane, and Joel, a big win for the Titans. They were kind of going downhill. Playoff hopes are still alive. It was ugly. Good defensive showing for Tennessee. A little sluggish on the offense, but they were able to take down the Jets.
Yeah, they keep themselves somewhat alive in the playoff race. Still a game out of that last wild card spot. Of course, Indianapolis has the head-to-head tiebreaker, but credit to Marcus Mariota and the offense. Never gave up. Some mistakes early. The block punt, a blocked extra point, a pick six, and still they get multiple possessions because of great defensive stops by their defense, and they're able to go down the field and get the game-winning touchdown pass to Corey Davis. And Marcus Mariota, still more fourth-quarter game-winning drives than any other quarterback in the league since the start of the 2017 season.
Beat the Philadelphia Eagles like that earlier in the season. And next up for the Titans are the Jaguars, and a completely different team than back in Week 3 when they played the Jaguars. Of course, Cody Kessler now starting at quarterback, and that team trended in the wrong direction, coming off a 6-0 win over Indianapolis, which is kind of surprising there. But for Jacksonville, Tennessee, a chance to continue to press on for the playoff hopes. But when you see this game for Tennessee, what are the keys for the Titans in this game, considering Jacksonville is very new look?
Well, they need to get the offense going. They need to be able to keep up with that because Indianapolis couldn't and the Titans couldn't when they first played. It was a 9-6 field goal kicking contest. No touchdowns were scored. Blake Bortles didn't play well, and they're hoping that Cody Kessler doesn't play well again. I mean, the plus side is that Jacksonville only scored 6 points in Cody Kessler's first start this year. So you're hoping that Tennessee's defense can follow suit, but your offense needs to get going a little bit here. But this could be one of those games where 17 points wins it for you. So if your offense is able to execute, if you play turnover-free football, and your defense is able to hold on par with what Jacksonville's offense has been doing for most of the season, there's no excuse for Tennessee to lose this football game.
The biggest story in the NFL this past week has been the Kareem Hunt incident. Of course, there were allegations and an investigation back to an incident that happened in February. Well, TMZ released that video, and it surfaced around the country. The Chiefs have taken action. They've released Kareem Hunt. But when you look at this, obviously just an unfortunate situation, something that should never, ever happen. There's no place for it. The Chiefs, they cut ties with Kareem Hunt. The Chiefs, obviously the leader in the AFC, one of the favorites to go to the Super Bowl from the conference. How big is this going to hurt the team down the stretch?
It's going to hurt. I think the offense is still explosive enough that they're not going to be one-dimensional and just honing in on the passing attack. Granted, nobody can really stop their passing game yet this season anyway. So does it hurt? Yeah, of course it hurts because Kareem Hunt, I think, is a big-time player and a really talented running back who's only in his second year. But I do think that Kansas City still is going to be a contender in the AFC. They weren't the favorite to me beforehand. I think just the AFC is competitive enough that Kansas City is a type of team we just haven't seen enough of go on and win Super Bowls where you play as poor of defense as they do and find a way to win big games. So a couple of teams have already found a way to outscore them and take advantage of their defense. So I think it hurts. I still think they're one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the AFC that are set to go to the Super Bowl. So we'll have to see. I think a lot more pressure on Patrick Mahomes now, and that Kansas City defense really needs to start stepping up as well.
Kareem Hunt was cut by the Chiefs. He was placed on waivers. Nobody claimed him. He's currently on the commissioner's exempt list. Obviously, I'm not going to say nobody believes in second chances. I believe in second chances, but some steps will have to be taken. He'll have to show that he deserves another chance, obviously with steps in his personal life and to get back onto the field. Do you believe Kareem Hunt will play an NFL down again?
Yeah, I think he will. He's just so young, and it's the Ray Rice situation, I think, was a lot worse. And the reason he didn't play again, he was older, was kind of on the decline from a talent perspective in his career. Why would teams want to invest in that headache for a back that may not have that many miles left? Kareem Hunt has played less than 2 full seasons of football in the NFL. He's really talented. He's a top 10 back. Somebody is going to take a flyer on him next year and sign him off waivers. And it's the bigger problem is just his dishonesty with the situation with Kansas City. If he's honest up front and the situation gets figured out and the NFL obtains the video sooner, he probably gets punished over the offseason and is probably still playing football right now. So I think with the way that we've seen the NFL handle these situations in the past, I think that Kareem Hunt is playing now if it happens sooner, and I think he will play again next year. It might be a bit of a redemption tour. I don't know who's going to pick him up, but I would expect to see Kareem Hunt playing in Week 1 next season.
Elsewhere around the National Football League, after 10-plus seasons, 10-plus successful winning seasons for the most part, the Green Bay Packers have fired Coach Mike McCarthy, and a marriage that ends in divorce with Aaron Rodgers and his play caller and head coach. who's, a lot of people are putting blame on the organization, McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. How would you kind of sum up the demise of that relationship?
Well, the head coach has to take a lot of responsibility, but Aaron Rodgers hasn't been Aaron Rodgers this year. He's had some of his moments. We saw it with the Chicago game on Monday Night Football early, then the ensuing week against Minnesota, where he almost leads a game-winning drive that Mason Crosby just misses a long field goal. But I think Rodgers has to take some of the blame. It does appear that the relationship there wasn't entirely too harmonious. So if Rodgers comes out and plays this week and has a great game, it's going to be very clear. It's going to be evident that the Packers were tanking, or at least Rodgers was tanking in hopes of getting McCarthy fired. That's what it would appear to be anyway, because of as poorly as he's played the last couple of weeks, for him to come out and suddenly start lighting it up after his coach gets fired, it would kind of lead to some foul play there. But yeah, I think what you've had in the front office, what you had with Mike McCarthy, it was time to move on.
Mike McCarthy joins Hugh Jackson as coaches who have been fired so far here in the 2018 season. Of course, Hugh Jackson kind of waiting his time for Marvin Lewis to get canned in Cincinnati. We'll see how that plays out on staff over there. All right, time for our playmaker of the weekend. Joel, I'm going to go with Philip Lindsay, Denver Broncos running back. Of course, he's on the crest of breaking a record for undrafted free agents running backs to score touchdowns. He had 2 touchdowns, nearly 160 yards rushing on 19 carries. Philip Lindsay, a huge day in the backfield for the Broncos.
I'll go with Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen. He had a huge day in a primetime day, a big spot for the Chargers against Pittsburgh on the road at Heinz Field. The touchdown catch, the diving effort over a fallen defender when the ball had been deflected, came up big on the 2-point conversion reception, was doing a great job at getting open, was a great target for Phillip Rivers on Sunday night.
Week 14 coming up. Titans against the Jaguars. If they want to keep their postseason hopes alive, we'll channel in on that game and recap it next week here on NFL in a Flash. He's Joel Silverberg. I'm Eric Kane here on Sports Radio, WNML.com.